Howdy folks, my name is Saoirse, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was feeling a little bit nostalgic today, so I wanted to go ahead and come on home. So we're here at Hicks Airport, just north of Fort Worth, Texas, which is the place where I both started and finished my private pilot training. It's a pretty good day for flying today, and the scenario today is that my brother has decided to take advantage of that new shiny PPL that I've got and wanted to partake in the $100 hamburgers. So we're going to go do lunch today. We're going to be taking off out of Hicks and taking off to the west to fly over Lake Worth and then back down sort of over where my folks live, and then we'll do a quick tour of the Metroplex before heading over to Grand Prairie Airport, where there's a wonderful restaurant there where we're going to grab lunch. So that'll be what we're doing today. It should be a pretty good day altogether. Should be a pretty quick flight too, so I'll see you guys inside. And here we are. Welcome aboard. So Hicks is a neat little airport. It's a bunch of really cool people out there. There used to be a restaurant on the airport called the Beacon Cafe, which was very delicious, but they've since closed down, unfortunately. Taking off out of here is going to be pretty simple. We'll be on runway 14, which is basically straight ahead, and then we'll be flying off to the west to fly over the lake. So I'm going to go get this thing pre-flighted and get ready to go, so y'all just sit back and enjoy. I'll see you soon. Clear prop. Everything looks good. We are ready to go. We're going to go ahead and get in touch with the CTAV because this is an uncontrolled airport, and we'll be getting out of here. So let's give them a call. Hicks traffic, Cessna 89878 is at the Beacon, going to be taxiing to runway 14 for a west departure Hicks. Okay, going to come down here, get our trim set for takeoff right there. Parking brake off. Should be in good shape. The thing about Hicks is that there is vehicle traffic on the taxiway, just like that there. So in real life, they are more considerate to us, and obviously in the sim they're not. So we'll just kind of ignore that for now. But it's a weird. It's just, I mean, it's not weird, I guess you could say. It's something that is fairly normal for a lot of airports, I guess. But Hicks is one of those where it's like they're on the active taxiway. You gotta be really careful. Alright, got my brother all strapped in. Got him briefed. Go over here, do a quick run-up. Then we'll be getting out of here. It's a quiet day today, so we'll just go and do it right here at the waiting area. Parking brake is set. Bring that throttle up to 1800. And we're going to check our magnetos. He's left. Looking good. Get back to both. Here's your right. Back to both. There's no carb heat. This is a fuel injected airplane, so we're not going to worry about that. Pitot heat on. Make sure it works. It does. All the way back to idle. Make sure she stays running. And she does. Alright. That's it. We are ready to go. Let's get out of here. Hicks traffic, Cessna 89878 is departing 14 to the west, Hicks. Our transponder is transponding. Our lights are on. Radios are set. We are out of here. We are looking good. Traffic pattern altitude here at Hicks is 1,800 feet, so we'll make our turn off to the west here about 1,500 thereabouts. We want to try to avoid the airspace around Fort Worth Beach. Turn a little bit early, go to make that turn. Hicks traffic, Cessna 878 is right crosswind, departing to the west. Hicks, have a good day. And we'll point this thing towards the lake. Going a little bit of a sightseeing adventure. Now that we are clear of Hicks' airspace, 118.1 for a regional departure, just in case we want them. We won't be using them today, but you never know. Alright, we'll take right up to about 3,000 feet and then we'll level off. Just coming up here pretty shortly. And I will give you guys a quick rundown of where I grew up. A little bit of Saoirse history for you today. So right there, just about 10 o'clock, that airport there, that is Navy Fort Worth, the Joint Reserve Base. Used to be Carswell Air Force Base. They used to base B-52s out of there. So I would see B-52s all the time while I was growing up. B-52s and C-5s and just all manner of big airplanes. We are looking down there. That's Eagle Mountain Lake out there. And right off the nose, sit up so you can see, that is Lake Worth. So that is the lake that I grew up around. Been swimming in there quite a bit. The island that we are just now passing over is an island called Goat Island. And Goat Island is sort of a bit of North Texas folklore. There's a cryptid that lives there, if you believe the myths. The Lake Worth Goat Man. He was pretty active, if you want to call it that, in the 70s and early 80s, if I recall. So if you goat fans out there, Goat Island is going to be your place. just now passing over the Indian Oaks neighborhood down there, right there just below the glare shield there. And then right there, we're just now starting to pass over. You see the green buildings right there? That's the middle school and elementary school that I actually attended. It's right down there. That's the neighborhood I grew up in, right there. We'll swing back over this way and dip that right wing down so my brother can take a look. Yep, there it is. So right there next to the post, that's the middle school. Elementary school up there, just now crossing over the post now. Shopping centers down there, the Walmart. Albertsons, where I used to work, just now passing under the glare shield. Like a blast from the past. Now that we've successfully toured my home, let's head on over to the east here and see what else we have in store. I didn't point it out, but right down there, just now passing over my shoulder, there's the high school. Or I went to high school. And straight ahead is good old downtown Fort Worth. We'll be passing over that here shortly. Get a good look at where I've spent many a weekend. There is downtown Fort Worth. Spent many a weekend out there. Going on dates. Going to Sundance Square. Right there just passing underneath the strut, that big round building. That's the convention center. That's where the anime convention that I work was at for a couple of years. Nice place. Right next to it's the Omni Hotel. And then just past that rectangular building is the old post office and train station down there. Right down there below us, that freeway, that is going to be I-30. We're going to be following I-30 to the west, the east, because there's some really neat stuff that's going to be right there along I-30. We're going to take a look at some of that neat stuff, and then head on over to Dallas. Down there is Loop 820, the loop that goes around Fort Worth. Right there, just off the wing, right there, that's going to be where Northeast Mall is. A mall that I would very often frequent. We're going to make like a good IFR pilot and I follow roads. Following I-30 through down here. Right there, just off the glare shield, there is AT&T Stadium, where the Cowboys play. Right next to that, I don't know if it's modeled yet because this is an older scenery package, so to speak. That's where the the Texas Rangers are going to be playing, or they do play rather, at Globe Life Field. So that's going to be Arlington right there off the nose, right up there. And then straight ahead, I don't know if it's modeled in the game. We'll find out when we fly over it. It's going to be Six Flags Over Texas. The very first Six Flags theme park. Well, I'll admit I'm a little bit disappointed in how the game models that down there. That right there is supposed to be Globe Life Field, where the Texas Rangers play. It does not look like that. I mean, that's actually when it was under construction, so they're doing the best they can, I guess, with the auto-generated buildings. Let's loop back around here, because I noticed that the rendering of the old ballpark, Globe Life Park, is not a very good one. And there it is. That's disappointing. Oh well. At least they did good with AT&T though. And then there's the freeway. There's Globe Life Park. So that means right there, coming over the wing, right under the nose, all those trees. That's Six Flags Over Texas, a theme park. I would imagine it's not modeled all that well in the game. That's where it would be. I love flying over it when I had the chance. Here's the convention center and Six Flags. And that right there, that big clamshell building, that's a stage. There's the roller coasters. Old Derek's not there, so oh well. Take what you can get, I suppose. I don't think they cater to us lowly bug smashers. So let's get back up to 3,000 feet. We'll press on into Dallas. Then we'll do a quick tour of Dallas. And then come on back to Grand Prairie. Right out there is DFW Airport. Probably just see it from here. Yeah, there it is. Try to stay away from them. They're not big enough to go in there. They will yell at us. Thanks to the piss-poor draw distance of the game, which I wasn't really expecting. I was hoping it wouldn't do that, but there it is. Dallas has materialized out of the mist. We'll do a quick circuit, fly back to the west, and take right into Grand Prairie. Dallas is it's an okay place. Let's put it that way. I enjoyed coming to Dallas, not probably very often, but I did enjoy it. It's got its own charm. Let's put it that way. It definitely has its own charm. We'll be over in just a minute. Do a quick circuit. Fly on back. See how good the rendition of Dallas is that I gave. Right away, I can see that there's not a lot down there that tells me it's Dallas. So right there into the glare shield, that white building, that's supposed to be the convention center, the K. Bailey Hutchinson Center. Looks kind of plain to me. Buildings aren't very have popped in well, I guess. Reunion Tower is not there, with the distinctive ball tower. That's going to be it right down there. Right there is the Hilton Hotel, and you can see the shadow where it's supposed to be, but it's not there. There's the American Airlines Center there underneath the white dot where the Dallas Stars and Dallas Mavericks play. And then the Omni Hotel is right there. Right there. Where it's supposed to be, right about there. But it is not. Boy, I gotta get some scenery downloaded to make that better. Yeesh. There's Highway 75 going off to the northeast rather. Right down there. That building there is probably the closest one to the Adamsmark Hotel, where Anime Fest is held every year. It's another convention that I work. Then just the rest of Dallas. Very generic looking city, sadly. That's a shame. Because Dallas, I think, is an iconic. It's got an iconic skyline, you know, the distinct buildings and whatnot. So a little bit disappointing, but I guess what can you expect? And the American Airlines Center. Well, not very exciting. I apologize for that. I thought it might be a little bit better, but I guess it's not. So KGPM is the code for Grand Prairie, KGPM. So we're going to go ahead and key that into our little doodad down here. And activate. Not too far away from it there. Grand Prairie. We'll be using runway 18 today. Their traffic pattern altitude out there is, let's see here, 1,500 feet thereabouts. We'll be right down to traffic pattern altitude when it's time to land. So let's head on over, get this thing down and go eat. Grand Prairie Tower, Cessna 89878 is 7 miles to the east-northeast. Looking to land runway 18. Full stop. I guess the live traffic isn't working today, so we'll just assume. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. I believe that's the Naval Air Station, Dallas. Oops. Grand Prairie must be over there. Whoops. Well, I haven't flown here in a while, sue me. Coming up on 4 miles here. Must be the airport out there. Hard to tell because the scenery is not very clear, but I believe that's where it is. They're off of 360. Not 360. See, there's right there at GPM. We're getting there. 3 more miles. We're at TPA. We're going to go ahead and power down a little. Get this thing ready to start heading on in. Yeah, that's got to be it right there. That must be what the threshold is there. So, okay. We are set up, getting set up. Let's keep that altitude. It's going down a little. Let's power off, a little less power. A little bit low, but not bad. Just waiting for it to appear. 2 miles. Bingo, right there. There it is. Way off the power. Way off. Make that turn in. Looking for final. 1 notch of flaps. 2 notches of flaps. A little more power. Yep, there it is. That's the runway. Just like I remember it, because I've been there a few times. More power, please. A little bit to the right, but not bad. Try to avoid the power towers on the end of the runway. Sit up so I can see. And we got the runway made, so we're going to go ahead and go full flaps. Supposed to be 1.8 over here, not 1.7, but you know who's counting. Keep her off, keep her off, off. Got it. Whoa, Dana, come back with me. Not bad at all. So we're going to be taking a, come over here off to the left here. Oh, brakes. And you'll go in the dirt. Who's going to notice? Just ignore that. That didn't happen. You guys didn't see anything. So there's the control tower there, and then the restaurant, if I remember correctly, is over here. This big hangar looking thing right over here. I think this is where it is over here. So let's go ahead and get parked. Alright, parking brake is set. Lights are coming off. Avionics off. Cut off. Beacon, masters, key off, and let's go eat. And that's going to do it for Microsoft Flight Simulator today. Thank you so much for joining me on this short flight around my hometown. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't really substantial, so to speak, but I had a lot of fun with it. It was good to kind of see where I grew up and whatnot again from the air. It was one of my favorite sights when I first started flying, and yeah, I mean, it's not great in the sim, but it works all right, so I can't complain too much about that. But I think that's going to do it for Microsoft Flight Simulator today. Thank you so much for joining me if you stuck around. If you do like what I do, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm always thankful for anybody who comes by and watches my stuff. I do my very best to provide some pretty good content for you guys, and I'm just having a great time with it. So if you want to see more of it, let me know. I'm more than happy to provide. Next time we fly Flight Sim, we'll have to do a little bit more exciting things and whatnot out there. So until next time, I'm Saoirse the Vixen. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be good. I'll see you later.